So this is a part 2 of our previous
video. We ran out of time.
We ran out of time because we want to keep these short because we know you have time. You have
limited time.
Limited time
before the zombie apocalypse happens.
Exactly.
But so we got to get to this before the zombie apocalypse happens. We got to talk about how to survive.
But where do we go to talk about that?
We have to go to Topic Town.
Okay, Matt. Everyone, this is a favorite topic among the service industry, anyways. While we're waiting tables,
it was a favorite topic of mine when I was, a middle school young strapping lad.
Well, good. I don't want to picture you as a young strapping lad, Matt.
There was straps all over the place.
Why do you have so many straps?
I don't know.
Anyway, service industry. We were in the back. Back of the room. We'd talk about our zombie car was a fun one. Like what do you what people would you take with you in your car? Yeah. Because you need someone who's strong. You need someone who's smart. Maybe you need someone who could be bait. Yeah.
I think I said this in the previous video. I don't think as far as I can tell, any zombie movie or book or whatever has ever depicted surviving a zombie apocalypse in the correct way. At least the way that I've determined that would be the way you survive a zombie apocalypse.
Well, how would you, Matt?
Well, first let me talk about the problem. Well, let's talk about so there's basically two kinds of zombie movies. There's the shambling zombies, and then there's the running zombies. I don't believe there's any way to survive a running zombie apocalypse. You wouldn't be able to get away from it. You'd get caught at some point because they're running.
Yeah, but
they're too fast.
But don't you think? Depends on how many zombies would it be, and don't you think the military could eventually suppress?
We'd have to assume that the virus or whatever is spreading so quickly that it becomes an apocalypse. Yeah. So I think if you got running zombies and they're overwhelming numbers, because that's the only way that a zombie apocalypse is really an apocalypse is when they're overwhelming in numbers. And I just think once you have 100 zombies to one person and they're running, there's nothing you can do.
I think eventually the military might be able to stop it, but there'd probably be tons of loss of life. Yeah. Which would then be an apocalypse.
Possibly.
You don't think so, huh?
Yeah, once the
would you have a survival plan anyway?
For running zombies, it'd be the same as the shambling zombies. I just don't think it would work as well because they'd be running zombies.
All right. So what would be your survival for shambling zombies?
The problem that I see in a lot of zombie movies is the people pick the wrong weapons. You can't, or for one thing, you can't use cars. You can't use guns because cars are going to run out of fuel, and then they're useless. Or you get a flat tire and they're useless. Or guns, you're going to run out of bullets, and then they're useless. So what you need, the perfect weapon you need for the zombie apocalypse, is something that's long range and has an unlimited ammunition. And the only weapon that I can think of that would fulfill this is a sling, like David used to slown Goliath, because he basically used rocks, and it's just a piece of leather that you can hurl it,
Yeah, but you have bad aim.
Well, you'd have to practice with it.
You'd have very bad aim, and it's clunky. You'd have to load it every time, and
but you have rocks. You have to load guns.
Okay, all right, Matt. I see what you're saying. Yes, you'll run out of bullets. You will run out of fuel. But don't you think as soon as the zombie apocalypse hits, you're gonna have to get to a place. You're gonna have to get. Like if we're in the middle.
That's another thing is that you don't want to get to a place. You have to stay on the move. You can't.
Well, okay, maybe you want to stay on the move, but you're in the city center right now. We're in the middle of Chicago.
Yeah, you got to get out of.
We're in the middle of Chicago, so we would have to have an initial plan, probably to get guns and vehicle as quickly as possible. You don't want to waste time. Out of the city.
If you do that, you're going to get shot by another person. Or you're gonna have to deal with people. What do you actually? I don't think you should have a group of people. You should be an individual on foot, and you just run straight out of the city. Just run.
You don't think you'd be shot if you're running straight out of the city?
You might, but as long as you get out of the city fast enough, you're gonna.
But you won't get out of the city as fast if you have a car.
But the roads, everybody's gonna be trying to get out of the city. Everybody's gonna be evacuating the city. The roads are gonna be full of cars. You're not gonna be able to move.
Depends on when you find out. If you find out,
if it's early, maybe you'd be able to do it. But you'd have to get rid of the car at some point anyway because it'd run out of gas.
That's true. But what if you did get out and with your car? Wouldn't that be nice?
That would be very nice, but I think the chances of that happening are low.
Okay, so you're saying grab a sling and run out of the city.
Yes. Just run straight out of the city. I think if you want to prepare for the zombie apocalypse, you should do some marathons.
Here's the thing. I don't think you should... If it's come to the point where people are rushing, it is too late. If you're going to get a gun, gun stores are going to be raided. Everyone's going to already have guns. But you're thinking of this very individualistically. What if people with guns, people are going to team up. People are going to they're going to build forts or walls and battle lines with human beings on one side and zombies on the other side. Don't you think the people with guns, some people with guns are just going to go crazy, probably. But don't you think we should organize? Don't you think we should get together?
Big groups of people are going to attract the zombies, and you're just going to get overwhelmed by the zombies at some point.
Still, I think there's strength in numbers.
There is, but if you're a person, just an individual person on foot with your sling, you're going to be able to just run to the middle of the forest and go camping.
There's no way. A sling is not a good way. You're going to miss every time.
No, you'd have to practice, but it's, I think, the perfect
Shouldn't
weapon.
You have an axe as well?
I think you should maybe carry
or a sword. I have an axe somewhere.
Swords are not good for killing zombies because you're just going to get the sword stuck in the zombie, and the zombie's going to be coming at you, and you're going to lose your sword in a zombie.
You don't know that. How often have you swung a sword at a zombie?
But I think it's going to be harder to kill a zombie with a sword than you think. You want it because you're going to have to get too close to the zombie.
Of course it's going to be hard, but that's why you have your sling for distance. But when they get close, you have to have something.
Yeah, you have to have something. Yeah, I agree with that. And I think maybe like a hammer or something probably be better. And you just want to crush their skull more than just than slice their skull, I think.
A hammer would be better, but I have an axe and a hammer. I could use...
Yeah, an axe would be fine. But really, that's a last resort weapon. You don't want to get that close to the zombie.
Of course, you're not going to run up to the... Matt, come on. I'm not Conan the Barbarian here.
But that can't be your only weapon.
I would grab a weapon, probably a hammer or an axe, and I would at first, depending on how late I find out about this, I might get in my car and get as far as I can. I might...
Your car, and if do you have a car? Your car is probably one of the better cars, I think.
It's a tiny car.
Yeah, I know, but it's going to be... It's fuel efficient. It's probably not going to break down. It's pretty reliable. At least, it's a Toyota Corolla. I think any sort of Toyota is probably the best kind of car you want to get because it's small.
Not sponsored by Toyota, but...
They're pretty reliable. They last for a long time without getting any tune-ups or anything like that. Good mileage. I think that's the kind of car you want.
Yeah, but...
Probably a 1991 Toyota Corolla. But the perfect zombie.
It is true, though, that in the middle of Chicago, if the zombie apocalypse hits, there's going to be gridlock. It's going to be cars everywhere. Very quickly, there will be cars everywhere, and that will be quite a problem. But if you can get in early enough, get ahead of the pack, you might be able to get out. But or get as far as I can until there's a traffic jam, then get out and run.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Then again...
I'm assuming that I would find out about it too late to do that.
Yeah, you would. I know. But then what? So then you get out of the city. Say you make it out of the city. Then what do?
You just keep moving.
You just keep moving.
You can't stay in one place. You stay away from cities, any towns. You just you go to the woods. You go to places where there aren't any people, and you just keep moving. Yeah, you camp for a night, and then you move on.
There's gonna be people everywhere.
Yeah, but that's why you gotta keep moving.
Wouldn't it be better to be with other people, living people who have weapons?
Possibly. I think maybe later on, once you know kind of what the situation is. The thing is, whenever the more people you have, the more chances somebody's gonna become a zombie, and become a problem.
But you also have plenty of people to help you.
Because what you should think about is zombie apocalypse is basically like an outbreak of a virus. And if there was let's say it was just a disease, and you're trying to get away from the disease, you want to stay away from people as far as you can. You wouldn't want to stay with a group of people because somebody could be infected and then you get
But
infected.
some people are doctors. And you want to be around them, don't you? People that know the disease, that could help you.
Well, if the disease has no cure, it doesn't matter if there's a doctor or not.
That's true. But the cure for this disease is
killing
guns and slaughtering.
Yeah.
And everyone's a doctor in that situation.
Yeah.
So why not team up? Why not team up right away? Why not grab a team right away and run out?
I think right away is the most dangerous point because you don't know if somebody's infected because somebody could be hiding the bite. And that's always a thing in the zombie movies.
That's the thing in the zombie movies. I don't know how easy it is to hide a bite, though.
It's pretty easy.
Oh yeah, you've done it? You've hit zombie bites before?
I hide bites all the time.
All right, so what would you do? Would you gather a team of people? Would you just run? Would you lay down and die? Let us know in the comments. I, for one, am going to battle until the end. I'm not one who would lay down and die. I know people who would. But I'd probably gather a team of people and try to battle my way through this post-apocalypse.
It would be hard to do my thing. I don't even know if I'd be able to do my thing.
No, you'd team up with me.
I wouldn't want to leave my friends, my girlfriend, my pets.
Right.
I wouldn't want to leave them behind.
Yeah.
But I think you have to. I'd probably just die because I'd make the wrong decision.
See, you assume you'd die. I don't think I'll die.
I don't want to die. I'd want to, battle, but I probably would die.
I'd like to think I have a pretty fighting chance. But I would...
Man, imagine if I lost my glasses. I wouldn't be able to see anything.
You know what? You're not in my zombie car. Or maybe you're bait.
That could be bait.
Someone else calling me to be in my zombie car. There's an opening now. So, all right. Well, that's all for today, right? Oh, we're gonna do a song. We already did a song about zombies in the last video.
This one's about surviving the zombie apocalypse.
Okay, do it. Where do I go? What do I grab? How do I fight this zombie apocalypse? Where do I stay? How do I pay for everything that I've... Zombie apocalypse! Slice off their heads!
Kill them when they're dead!
Zombie apocalypse. Happy early Halloween, guys.
Bye.